with the increasing political divide in the US, how do you navigate staying neutral or vocalizing your stance as an entrepreneur or influencer?
Yeah, there's a lot of divide. Let me just start by saying, first and foremost, as an entrepreneur, I stand for principles, not politics. My stance is rooted in what drives actual freedom, responsibility, and self-reliance. I would also say that I really stand for an ideology that is good for the most amount of people, and I try to really acknowledge the ideology that I think is the most destructive type of ideology for the most amount of people. I don't really put my vote behind a president per se. I really put it with an ideology that it resonates with my soul, my story, my mission, my impact. What ideology am I connecting to? So first and foremost, I will not stay silent when I see values that built this incredibly unique country just being eroded at a record pace. I see innocents being assaulted in ways that I never would have imagined. Now, COVID was an interesting time in our period, and I think what it did is it exposed such a dark, evil dragon that was sleeping beneath the surface, and now we know what it looks like. It really exposed itself. So this is important to understand this, that neutrality for me, it's not really an option, especially not right now, because I'm going to stand up and fight for what I believe is right. That being said, my focus is on solutions, not division. It never has been. It's on calling a spade, finding the truth in every situation. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I really want to go for truth. And sometimes it takes courage when you're going after sort of something that mainstream is so dead set for whatever reason on sort of either hiding, manipulating, lying about, guarding. And right now that seems to be sort of simple truth. And I want to add one more thing here, that when I get someone else to sort of consider like a direction or a point of view from my perspective, one thing that I think is universal for all people and that will unite a lot of people is through the lens of winning, sort of uniting through winning your own economy, making your own life better, and knowing that there is no government that's going to do it for anybody. Right or left, it's not happening for you. And so many people are like, they act like this government or this government's going to sort of give them all these gifts. I will say one ideology is destructive for innocence, destructive for children, destructive for freedom, and one ideology promotes it. One ideology preserves it and protects it more than the other, for sure. But there's flaws in everything. First and foremost, are you controlling your own economy? And for me, from my perspective, can I call the truth and then help you win? And I think once you learn the rules to the game, and you learn at every level, there's a new set of rules. And so many people are really enslaved to rules they don't understand. And the people at the very top, they just keep getting richer and richer and richer because they know the rules. They know this divide and conquer method and how valuable it is. And it's not just here in America. This is throughout history. You got to be a student to history. You have to really want to know how it works. How does power work? You should know these things. You should be interested. You should be curious, because once you realize how much power you have, you can become deadly. What you'll find is politics aren't nearly as big as a role in winning as you think, but they're very important to understand. And more importantly than that is, if your purpose and your mission is going to align correctly, you now start just looking where evil exists, where people that are trying to harm. That's where my fight's at all times. And sometimes I wonder, are you just that dumb? Are you that naive? Or are you evil?